Now let's see how can we graph a circle. In order to graph a circle, we need to know some of the key points, right? First, we need to know the radius of the circle, and then we need to know center of the circle, and then we need to know the 4 key points. So what refers to the 4 key points? The most up points, and then the most bottom, okay, and then most left, and the most right point. Okay, those are considered as the 4 key points on the circle. And then the last one, we need to find all the intercepts. So with all those key, we're able to graph the circle. So now let's look at an example. Given a circle equation in standard form, x plus 3 squared plus y minus 2 squared equals 16. First, we need to identify the radius of the circle and the center of the circle. Okay, so remember, standard form we can write as x minus h squared, right, plus y minus k squared equals r squared. Okay, so radius of the circle is easy to find, right? R squared equals 16, so we can easily figure out r equals 4, right? Square root of 16. Here we not think about the negative 4, because we talk about the radius of circle is really exist, right? It cannot be negative. So that's why we only consider as a positive number. So now we find the radius equals 4. Now find the center of the circle. H and K, be careful here. The problem is x plus 3, right? However, we have to write in terms of x minus h. So we need to write as x minus negative 3. That is x plus 3 equivalent, right? Plus y minus k. K is 2. Okay? And it equals 4 squared. So now we can easily identify h and k, right? H equals negative 3 and k equals positive 2. So the center of the circle we write as a point is negative 3, 2. All right, so we find the first two. Now we need to find the 4 key points, and then the last thing we need to find the intercepts. So in order to find the most up, most bottom, most left, most right point on the circle, it's better for us to draw a circle, draw a rectangular coordinate system, and then we plot a circle and see how can we locate those key points. So now let's look at this graph. So first we set up rectangular coordinate system, x-axis, y-axis, and then the origin 0, 0. Okay. And then we plot the point center of the circle we already identified, which is negative 3, 2. So we go from the origin, go left 3 units, and then go up 2 units. So that's how we find the center of the circle. All right. And we know the radius is 4, right? So from center of the circle, I will suggest you to draw a horizontal line passing through center of the circle, and then draw a vertical line passing through center of circle. So the 4 key points will be located on the horizontal line and the vertical line, okay? Which is start from the center of the circle, we add 4 units, right? Because we know the radius is 4. So from here, add 4 units to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this point must be most right point on the circle with coordinates 1, 2. Because this is a horizontal line, so the y coordinates must be the same as the center of the circle. And x coordinates from negative 3 move to the right 4 units. That's how we got a positive 1. Okay, and similarly, we can find the most left point on the circle. Same reason, the y coordinates is the same as center of the circle. y coordinates the same, right? Because horizontal line. And x coordinates from -3, we move to the left-hand side 4 units. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this point x coordinates is -3 minus 4. That's how we got a -7. And then for the most up point on the circle, now we're looking at this vertical line passing through the center of the circle. The radius is still 4, right? So from right here, go up 4 units. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how we got this point. So on the vertical line, all the x coordinates is the same. So we keep -3 is the same as center of the circle, and the y coordinates from 2 go up 4 units. So 2 plus 4, that's how we got a 6 here. Okay, and a similar reason for the bottom point on the circle, the lowest point on the circle, and then x coordinates remain the same as center of the circle, and then y coordinates positive 2 moving downward 4 units. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how we got the y coordinates -2. 2 minus 4, that's got a -2. So now we identify the 4 key points on the circle. Okay. And the last thing we need to find out is the x and y intercept, which is refers to those points and those points. Okay. If you really draw a circle, you can see those key points from the graph. But we want to know the accurate value, okay? Because x, y intercepts, they are the most important points, okay? Other than, radius, center of circle, and 4 key points. Other than those points, intercepts are the most important points. So how to find the intercepts? We learned how to find the intercepts before. It's still the same, okay, same principle. Find the x-intercept or intercepts. Actually, we have 2 x-intercepts, right? We already saw that from the graph earlier. We need to let y coordinates equal to 0 and then plug in, okay, to the circle equation, all right? And then simplify. So we have x plus 3 squared plus y, which is, we replace y by 0. 0 minus 2 squared equals 16. So that's x plus 3 squared plus -2 squared, we got a 4, right, equals 16. And then subtract 4 on both sides of the equation. We have x plus 3 squared equals 12. And then we can use square root method. Both sides of the equation find the square root. So x plus 3 will equals plus minus square root of 12. Right? And then finally, minus 3 on both sides of the equation. X equals -3 plus minus. Square root of 12, we can break 12 as 4 times 3, where 4 is a perfect square factor. We get the 2 outside the roots. That's why we simplify as 2 square root of 3. Okay, so we have 2 x-intercepts. Okay, one is -3 plus 2 square root of 3, comma 0. Remember, that's x-intercept, y coordinates equal to 0, right? The other x-intercept is -3 minus 2 square root of 3, comma 0. Okay, so that's how we find the 2 x-intercepts. Find the 2 y-intercepts is the similar way. Okay, the only thing different is this time we let x coordinates equal to 0 plug into the circle equation. So we have 0 plus 3 squared plus y minus 2 squared equals 16. And then 3 squared, we got a 9. 9 plus y minus 2 squared equals 16. Subtract 9 from both sides of the equation. So we got a y minus 2 squared equals 7. And then square root method. So we got a y minus 2 equals plus minus square root of 7. 7 is already prime number, so we cannot simplify the square root of 7 furthermore. And then finally, add a 2 on both sides of equation. Y equals 2 plus or minus square root of 7. So we have 2y-intercept. One is 0, comma, 2 plus square root of 7. The other one is 0, comma, 2 minus square root of 7. So we find two x-intercepts and the two y-intercepts. Okay, so we can go back to the previous graph. Two x-intercept right here, two y-intercept right here, and then you can put a value. Okay, so x-intercept, this is this point. Okay, is -3 minus 2 square root of 3, 0. And at this point, the coordinates is -3 plus 2 square root of 3, comma 0. And then the y coordinates, the y-intercept, this one is 0, comma, 2 plus square root of 7, right? And the y-intercept here coordinates should be 0, comma, 2 minus square root of 7. So now we complete the graph of circle, and then we use the smooth curve to connect all those key points we identified. Okay, and then that's how we get this circle.